4. Fremantle led 3 times during that second term, coming from a long way back. Start this second half. Clark, as he did in the first half, goes high. Barlow, as he did in the first half, gets a kick. He got plenty of them. He sends it down inside the forward 50. Fisher leads in the race, went to ground. Pearce is over the football. Graham falls on top of him, and the ball is wedged between the pair, and we'll have a ball up.
Now, Tim mentioned the clearances, and they certainly have been pivotal to the first half. The game has ebbed and flowed with contested possessions. That's Freo's #1 strength, and if they're to salute in the second half, they need to continue to dominate that state category.
Kepler-Bradley throws it on the boot. It floats down towards full forward. Barlow again finishes up with the footy. Game high 19 possessions now. Jones didn't have the footy, was taken down. Gilbert to Graham, had it a while, got the arms free. Grover smothered off the boot there. Well done, Peake. Came back to Jones. Awkward bounce out there. Well done by Hill a couple of times. The ball went away from him. He fought back strongly. Now Goddard to Jones. Was he taken high? Ball spills out. The umpire lets them play on the outer side. Subin went down, and that ball is wedged amongst about 4 players. And the umpire eventually will move in and do the business.
Fremantle really lifted their tackling effort in that second quarter. That was one of the factors that got them going.
Bradley wins the tap, and Mzungu cleverly down. Peake doing well again tonight. High ball to centre wing. Revolt and Clark. Revolt. Second effort was good, and then third effort good again. No high tackle according to the umpire. Like the way they're letting it go, and it'll be a ball up.
I think the fact that if you fall on the footy, you'd like to get pinned for holding the ball. I think the umpires can allow the ball to come out because everyone's trying to get it free.
Gee, Clark's ability to get over the top and tap the ball down, perfectly illustrated then. Pearce to Fife. And then Pearce back in. He's been handy, Pearce, and a boundary throw in.
Both players are quite happy to have a lot of... So both teams are quite happy to have a lot of players close to the footy. So when one team gets the ball and breaks from this congestion, that's where St Kilda are just spreading marginally better.
Clark again. Deft tap. Got it down to Ibbotson. High ball inside the forward 50. Great mark. Clark stood his ground. They were coming from everywhere. Plays on. Gives it to Stephen. It's across the ground. The left half back and Schneider. Schneider to space.
This is the man that spreads the best for St Kilda currently.
Yeah, he's been good. Peake. Really finding a niche now. Just coming out of his shell. Goes short. Stephen, far too easy. Slips away. Drives it down towards half forward again. Revolt attracts a crowd. Gee, it's tough for him.
How many times have you seen that tonight? You've seen Nick Revolt and 3 wide jumpers of Fremantle around him.
It's got to be somebody they could go to now and again just to bury it. This is Silvani.
Hasn't kicked it all that well tonight, Silvani. That to Pearce sets him a task. Goddard belts it. And Subin unhappy there. He's about 40 metres away and wanted the ball. He was on his own. He certainly let Silvani know about it. See that match-up, Main and Goddard. Talked about that at half-time. Well done that time by McAvoy. Peake again to Jones. Jones, well, tried to be careful. Barlow releases Hill to Clark. To Mzungu. They've all been good players, those 3. Lovely little kick. She uses the ball, Mzungu. And now Fife. Tim talked about the playmakers second half. Fife's one of those. If he could have a big second half, that's a terrible kick. He was on the back foot. It was lazy.
Just took his time. They actually had 50 metres away, so it would have taken a kick to get there. It was Bradley on Clark one-on-one. That would have been the best option.
Armitage hasn't missed a game this year. Averaged 7 games only in his first 4 seasons. Dal Santo, well played, Pavlich. Then Dal Santo brings him down, and that's clever. Now Mzungu.
Got it from lower, goes inside the forward 50. Clark over the top, missed the football. Went behind, well, sideways at least. That was okay for the Saints. Numbers around it. Polo too slow. That's got to be deliberate and or holding the ball. Well, deliberate's the call. Valentine gets it. So Valentine, right on the boundary with the arc of the 50, meets that boundary. Polo thought he had more time than he knew.
I think he's playing against the Eagles right now.
I was going to say just the other side, but just watch his trajectory of his run up here.
That was a heck of a kick there, wasn't it? Oh, not so this one. That's what happens when he sort of toes the line. He's an extrovert, needs to do his own thing. Once they shackle him with the rules, he's not the same player, Bruce.
It's almost the impossible kick, really, for a right footer from that distance out.
He's one of those guys that defies the odds, though, doesn't he? A bit like Milne at the other end. Armitage held up, but gets a kick away. And the boundary throw in. So delicately poised this match. Terrific opening to the second half. Lower did very well. Did it go the distance? No. Main tried to con it a bit. And then Del Santo to McAvoy to Milne. Oh, that's a lovely kick. Now they split it open. Fisher on the burst. And out wide, Ref Clark to gallop after it.
All equal numbers up ahead. Well, Armitage has got about 30 metres on his opponent. The ball comes back in, finds Armitage on the bounce. Not Clark's intention. Clark follows up, gives it to Schneider. Graham holding tough Fremantle. Hinkley did well. Out wide, Hill overran it. Jones doing a very good job on Hill. Sets it up towards full forward. Revolt was nudged. No free kick. McFarlane, brilliant. Gets a hand pass across to Subban. Goes out wide off hands out of bounds. Well, should have done more there, the Saints. Armitage in a bad way. Tim?
Well, Geary's been activated, so Gamble has now been subbed off. His left foot has been bandaged and iced.
So Geary sub for the third consecutive time. The 3 matches he's played. Pavlich wins a clearance. Mzungo through the centre. Hinkley's kick out wide. There's a space, and Johnson will lace it out. Well, he didn't quite to McPhee, who should kick a goal, and he misses. That's just slack.
Yes, he tried to kick the ball across his body. Sometimes you wonder, geez, he was just ran into the elbow, basically. The slight fend off, but still hurt.
Well, he's a tough youngster, but that would have hurt. Gee, they were wasteful there, the Dockers. That was an absolute gimme goal.
You just rarely get the opportunity of a one-on-one in your forward 50 when you're playing against St Kilda, and that was one that went begging.
Dempster to the outer side, waving the pack. Fife, oh, terrific. McAvoy got hands to the foot. He stifled the hand pass. There were men on there for Fife. McAvoy rose to the occasion. Armitage seems to be okay. Of course, okay, a relative term. Just moving along the bench. Spinning out of trouble, well, sort of. Being held by the arm, Stephen. He gains about 30 metres. Boundary throw in.
There's the clearance stats. Fremantle have got on top in this third quarter after being dominated early by St Kilda.
Stephen, 13 possessions. They're working on Goddard there. Again, Clark. He's been very effective. Schneider. Jones almost able to thread the needle. Mzungu comes back towards the middle. Gathered there by Hinkley, went to ground, but not before he got it to Broughton, to Ballantyne. Needs McPhee to come. McPhee is backing off, and as a result, the pitch is about halfway, and the mark is taken by Blake.
Goes in short, gets to Dempster, to Ray, and then Ray to Polo. Outside now, Graham is a long bomb, but he can't quite get clear. Now can't get the momentum up. Switches the handball. Stephen, 14th disposal. Montaigne's a long bomb, we know that. Revolt sets himself. McFarlane, Del Santo clever. Schneider's half a chance. Inside, Del Santo can't run it past Mzungu. Gets a second crack. Back it goes. Schneider! That was brilliant.
It's just about to really give Freo a great rap. Their effort and intensity in it has been outstanding, and on that occasion never gave up, and it took a sublimely talented effort, if you like, from Schneider to get the goal.
Just a couple of tackles that weren't quite stuck, were they? It just gave the St Kilda player a chance to just be able to dispose of that pressured handball, even though they were probably being clung onto.
Just really had nowhere to go there on that occasion, Ballantyne. The bouncing ball, there were a couple of efforts here. I thought Freo boxed on pretty well. Couldn't quite lock it in, and that's great finish.
Yeah, it was. Moments before, had a chance with his right boot. He was like Britney Spears, but suddenly he was like Adam Schneider with his left. Stephen does nicely. Gives it away to Montagne. I think Schneider is German for Taylor, so we'll say he threaded the needle. On the outer side, down towards the forward pocket from Peake. It bounces towards the boundary line and goes out.
Didn't know you were fluent in German, Dennis?
No, Josh is working on all our bilingual content, stats, everything else tonight. Accommodation, transport. He's doing the lot down there. We are blessed with a statistician, Bruce. Here's Milne. Good. No, not so good. It slipped low, I think. It was good, and then it went low and connected around the sock.
Yeah, I reckon one umpire was on the other side of the pack. He was about to pay holding the ball, but the umpire upfield in the centre square saw the trip.
So Milne's got a couple, and this is a huge kick. Currently the margin of 9 points. This to get it out to 15. He won't miss, and he counts. Milne kicks the goal, and the Saints respond.
Those centre bounce clearances are so valuable if you can actually get the ball quickly into your forward group. It got the ball in there, then there's the stoppage, and he really just came through the stoppage really well. Milne, the tackle was pinned. He was a little bit unlucky, Grover, because the tackle just slid down to his ankles, holding the...
So he's on the cusp of something, Milne. He's kicked 298 goals at this venue.
Yeah.
Matthew Lloyd's got the record of 299. He's within one of that. Could tonight be the first guy to kick 300 at the stadium at Docklands with the various names that he had. So he's had 45 goals. So he's brilliantly done by 5. He's a good kick, Mzungu. He's got it. They needed it. The Saints have kicked 4 in a row. They get one back. Got to say, Lee, he kicks the ball really well.
Yeah, well, he's been good. I mean, he's creeped his way now. 22 disposals, 9 kicks, 13 handballs, and actually when he's got the ball in hands with just a little bit of space, makes good decisions. And the good decision then was to have a crack at the goals from slightly inside the 50-metre line. Really just the ability to have a crack at the 50-metre line sometimes, I reckon. Players sometimes can look short, but most footy, if you get inside the 50, you'll make the distance.
22 possessions now for Mzungu, coming off a career high 27 last week. I'd say that's not just a personal high, that's a high for all Mzungus. Out of the middle, Pavlich goes down towards full forward. Ball runs back towards the goal line. Back goes Blake and just pushes it across. Tim?
Freo made the change now too. Hickley's off the ground after just 4 touches. Robertson's on.
So both the subs have been activated for various reasons. Gamble injured. On comes Geary. And Robertson comes on for Hinkley. So that was an important goal by Mzungu. The Saints had a big fly from Hill. The Saints had Clark. The Saints had a good moment or two lower. And Lower's kick inside. Mzungu again. And he just quickly goes and he probably wastes his first ball tonight.
It's a good example then, Bruce, when you see the mass numbers of St Kilda back when they had that moment about 5 or 6 minutes ago where McPhee was one-on-one and wasted the opportunity. You don't get those opportunities very often against the
So Blake out wide, and that's a Docker ball. So Subin, as down the race goes Polo. And he's dislocated his finger. They can't quite get it back in. Fires fly. Almost Mzungu, though. And then Gilbert's gone, holding the footy.
Jason, straight to him, boys.
It's good tackle. They're not going to mark the ball too often in those pack situations deep in, but if you actually can get the ball to ground off those pack situations, then you never know what might eventuate. If you can get the footy where you're close in to have a set shot, free kick, either way.
So here's Polo trying to get the finger in. Gee, 25 today, yes, as we said, it's his birthday, but now massive kick again. Pearce. So the Dockers miss a good chance here. They've had 2 great chances in this quarter. The McPhee miss and now the Pearce.
The intensity is certainly there. I think we saw the stat just before, 11-2 tackles inside their forward 50. Considering they're down 36-31 inside 50s, that's an impressive stat for the Dockers.
Long kick coming out from Del Santo, and it's going to be a free kick and/or mark. I think it was paid the free to Ibbotson. Wants to go, Ibbotson drives it back towards the kick-off line. In from the side, McPhee, knocked away by Gilbert. Dempster left it behind. Over the football is Fife. Tim?
Polo has a dislocated left thumb. Now, they've taken him downstairs. They're actually putting some anaesthetic into the hand so that they can actually put the thumb back in place, the joint back in place.
Oh, that'll throb tomorrow morning. Oh, Fife, straight up in the air. This will be interesting. Poor old Blakey was caught in the midst of it all. After it goes, Fife tries to get it out, succeeds. Subin a chance. Subin across the body gets the goal. Oh, he's deadly in that situation, Subin. Brilliant left foot.
They keep coming through Fremantle a few times in the game. St Kilda have got clear and looked like they were going much better, but they hang in there. The Dockers, they're not getting a whole lot out of their really good players. Your Hills, your Fife, Pavlich has been pretty good. Ballantyne's been fairly quiet, but they hang in there and actually really take you to the Saints.
Just real urgency from the Dockers. You see Fife there. Great ball awareness to pick it up with the one hand and farm it out. And Subin's used the ball well all night. And this is the Polo injury, dislocated thumb. Leono dislocated fingers hurt a bit, but you'd imagine a thumb had hurt plenty.
Well, as soon as you put the painkiller in it, okay, you might get the thumb back in. You wouldn't be able to feel your hand for the rest of the night, would you?
That's a good point.
You strap it up. 15 points in front 5 minutes ago, the Saints. Dockers have had the last 5 inside 50s, and they might go in again here. Johnson on the left, hooking back. Can Bradley get a hold of it? He gets rid of Clark. Down low, Barlow, Peak, good contest, that one. Who's got the ball? This is dangerous.
Mine. It was gone until you grabbed it. Stand up, please.
When Lee goes,
Yeah, you can tell what's going to happen, and as the umpire said, he was going to play holding the ball until he saw that a St Kilda player would pull it back in.
But Lee, you generally nail it. I knew there was some indecision down your end of the bench. What are we to do?
Play on.
Ibbotson, down goes Pavlich.
Knock it out. Knock it out.
Well, easier said than done.
In the football, St Kilda.
St Kilda get
You've
the
got to
free.
make an attempt. You don't give straight away.
Serving at the base of that pack of humanity.
Yeah, when they were watching, the umpire's watching from about 10 metres away and he's stationary, you know he's about to ping somebody.
And you love it. There's Clark, left half back. Looking for Graham. Grover came to him, did well. Graham fights on. The ball's out of bounds. Tim?
Well, Freo have been trying to expose Del Santo tonight. Now, Mzungo's gone to him for most of the night. He's had 4 clearances this quarter, 9 possessions and 10 contested possessions for the night. Mzungu, Del Santo's at 4 this quarter, so he's really winning that battle.
Ibbetson's quick kick forward, good mark by Bradley, and gives to Lower. Now Lower, a left footer, is uncertain. Now he finds some space. Oh, he's in trouble. Back he goes to Main, and then Main kicks to the pocket. McPhee works to a spot, takes a good contested mark.
Really clever work there by Lower initially, who brought the ball out to Main. Didn't want to blaze away, didn't have a clear option, so he kept it to a one-on-one boundary side. It was really smart forward play.
Good mark, McPhee. He's had a funny old night, hasn't he? He's been reported, we know that, and he's kicked a goal and missed a chance here, but this would be big. This would give the Dockers the lead again. Saints were 15 points in front about 8 minutes ago. Their biggest margin tonight, 17. You felt like they were a lot further in front early in the night, didn't you, than that? So can McPhee thread it through? It's pretty good, but it's coming back. He has! What a great goal. They're in front again.
Well, talk about momentum games. It's been one of those games where both sides have had good 5 or 10 minute patches. Then all of a sudden the opposition's taken over. St Kilda grabbed a hold of it in the first 10 minutes of the third quarter. But certainly the Dockers have had the last 7 inside 50s, and they are the team that is now got the momentum their way.
Momentum certainly with the Dockers at the moment. You can see the inside 50s 11-3. They've had the last 7, starting with centre clearances. Mzungo's the player that everyone's commented on, he's up to 24 disposals and 7 clearances.
Well, back in the Saints' court now. Need to find something. McAvoy starts them off on the right foot, got it down brilliantly to Montagna, gave it to Jones, who's been wonderful tonight, simply closed Hill down from start to now. Close to the boundary line, fiddling with it, just waiting to be tackled. Milne out of bounds.
The player who've got assignments have all done fairly well. You just mentioned Jones on Hill. McFarlane's done well on Rewald. Most of the players that have been giving jobs, the defensive type player, is fairly much in control of most of those pairings.
Hill just 6 possessions. Clark decisively reaching over the top 5. That was ambitious. Back to Clark, tackled immediately by McAvoy. In goes lower, down he goes, through it. It's going to be a free kick. It'll go to the Saints. Tim?
Well, Ross Lyon's seen enough of Mzungu in the midfield. He's actually sent Del Santo to full forward now, so Mzungu's gone with him. He's going to see how he goes as a full-back.
So the Saints getting down to that area, Tim. Just went through Clark. Main's gone down with Goddard. He's another one of those matchups that Lee was talking about.
There's a game tonight where I reckon there's anything up to 8 matchups have been set by the respective teams. Fairly tactical game.
So Broughton gets it from lower. That's a lovely kick to Pavlich. He normally goes long, Pavlich. That's what he's doing. Now can Clark, well done, Hill at the back. Clark did very well. He stood his ground, and then Blake down the line. Montagna wanting to give off to Jones, a lefty, so gives it to the run of Geary. First time I think we've called him tonight. Kicks to half forward. There's the Del Santo Mzungu match up forward, and it's a boundary throw in.
I was just watching that after Lee mentioned that Del Santo pushed forward. Mzungu had the chance to stride forward when Freo had the ball, but you get the sense he's a team-orientated player, and I reckon he'll be reasonably comfortable down there.
Clark hooks it down. Ibbotson a half chance. Schneider goes after the football, taken high. He'll get the free. He was playing on. Main oblivious to the play on call, just cruised past him. Schneider goes down towards full forward. Took a Fremantle bounce back to Grover. Mzungu again comes away. Goes in short. Ibbotson. Well, the fumbles are working for Mzungu. It comes across to Broughton. He was upended. Bounces to Blake. Hand passes to McAvoy. Goddard. He's forward of the wing. Stops. Just pops it back to Montagna, who's on the logo. Montagna with his side trailing by 5 points after they led by 15. Thought the battle may have been over. Oh, both players committed there from one direction. Broughton from the other. Ray. Hand pass straight up in the air. Comes to Schneider. And what a beautiful pass. Milne's got it. What's the milestone, Bruce?
298 goals he's on. Lloyd has the record here, 299 at the stadium. So you can level it here.
And as you said, finish the night with 300. That is an immaculate pass.
It's also an immaculate mark. If you just watch, he just turns his body at the right time, so protects Grover from the ball and comes into the right side of his body.
70 play 65. Goal here. And the Saints are back in front on Friday Night Football. Kick is on the wide. Has it got the carry? Yes, it has. Clears the pack. The little guy's got 4. More importantly even, St Kilda lead.
Gee, Lee has been a good player.
Very good player. I mean, I think he's played a different game tonight because Grover's got size and bulk on him, so he's not trying to play out of the full forward position. He's playing like a genuine half-forward flank type player where his speed and movement might be advantage him compared to the bulk and size of Grover. So he's thought his way through that contest really well.
Well, the Saints may have some real injury concerns. You see Armitage on the bench after that heavy knock. Polo's still downstairs now. He may be in some real trouble. It may be something more than a dislocation. He may be looking at a break or even a crack in that thumb.
And we saw Gamble as well. We know that he's off. So Barlow's handball to a contest. See, what a wonderful game it's been. First quarter we looked so one-sided, and lead has just kept changing. Well played by Hill. Broughton got himself into a pickle. Schneider did well. Goddard on the up. Back to Schneider, to Montagna, to Blake. Now the Saints starting to get hold of it. That's a lovely mark by the skipper. Revolt stretched hard and then quickly onto the run of Jones. Jones On to Peak, two of the hardest runners in the Saints. Jones off a step. Where's Stevie for 300? Here he is. Millie. No free kick. So 5 from the back half. Little kick to Robertson, the sub. Robertson on. Out wide to Duffield. Duffield needs to use it. Kicks the ball to a contest. Lower took a good mark. They're on here to Bradley. Out wide is still running is Ballantyne. Wants it behind him. That's exactly where he wanted the footy. He'll try and turn his man, but he almost tripped over himself. And Dempster, who's done a great job, gets a free. And Ballantyne has just burnt a big chance.
So Jones has got the football. Dempster got the free kick. Kicked it to Jones, barely to 15. Comes back to Blake. So just for a moment, everybody catches their collective breath. Fisher out of defence. Comes to McAvoy. Big non-call down in the goal square moments ago. Steve Milne. Not sure he took possession. He was tackled about 5 metres out. Thought for a moment Fremantle would go the other way and kick a goal at the opposite end. Didn't. Now Del Santo's got it. Under 4 minutes to three-quarter time. And nothing decided yet. Everything to play for. Johnson missed the mark, should have taken it. Along the boundary line, Silvani getting back Del Santo. Nobody goes to him, so Del Santo kicks a beautiful kick to him. Schneider's been deadly with the football tonight. Looks across the ground, finds Jones. Jones to Peak. Peak runs to 50. Sets the long bomb up, but he's out to the right. Doubles the lead. St Kilda by 2.
That was the one that wasn't played. So Johnson under pressure.
In the footy. Thank you. St Kilda.
So against Subban for holding it. What about Del Santo's kick him in to go? He absolutely split them in half.
Great vision, great execution.
So Gilbert.
Just that hesitation was deemed prior opportunity.
And then Graham loading and missing. So the Saints increase their lead with a couple of behinds in the last minute or so. They were red-hot favourites tonight, St Kilda, but it's just hard now to imagine either team having a big win. You just feel like the Dockers are there for the long haul tonight. Pavlich, now 5 will go. Well done, McAvoy. Belts it away. Silvani down low. Back they come. Ballantyne, Barlow to Main in tight quarters.
High ball short of the wing. Well done by Blake. Used the body to good effect. Goes to the middle. Spots Graham. Now he's a long kick. They need to be careful with Graham. He goes out wide, intended for Kozetzky. He'll fly over the top. Hands to it, didn't hang on. Hill, can he break the shackles here? He wants to take a run. He's socketed out of bounds on the fall. Well, Jones has been his master. And what about that for a leap? The Specky, the attempted Specky, it's all back in the game now. Gee, that's a leap for a big man.
Wow. Fair spoil too. Just got the hand in at the right time.
Tell you what it tells you. It tells you Cozzy's body's all right at the moment, doesn't it?
Yep.
Stay there, Hayden.
Hasn't played a lot of footy this year, Cozzy, but he's they're better with him in the team. Graham, talked about him a minute ago. Johnson's got to go this time, and he does.
No.
Good decision. He missed the mark out here a minute ago, Johnson, so that was important he took this one. Maybe best man on the ground, this guy, Mzungu.
So neat when he uses the ball. He gets right over, very deliberate with the way he kicks it.
Low.
On cue.
To Johnson.
Good low pass.
About halfway through that pass, Tom was wishing you'd take me back. But when they hit him lace out, he said, gee, I'm a genius.
I'll tell you what I am looking for, to hit Dennis's interpretation of what Mzungu is translated to.
You know, Josh is on the... He's worked Josh. Snyder out, which is a bit easy. He's working on it right now. So Grover, high ball, McPhee, McAvoy, big fly, Dempster, Ray, out of play. Right in front of Tim, who nearly out of his seat for a moment as his mate Mark Harvey's down there. So we talked, by the way, Tim will talk to Ross Lyon at three-quarter time. as the Saints are clinging to a lead.
And when you look at this game, it's Mark Harvey's sort of game. Down goes Hill. Del Santo. No one better at the crash and bash than Mark Harvey. Whistle, ball up, down towards right half forward. Goddard just stemming the flow there.
Thanks.
And he's not playing.
Coming straight back.
So a bounce. Clock is down to 58 seconds. Rucks lock up. Del Santo again clears the congestion. And Pavlich has forsaken the oil tonight. First time I reckon I've seen him sans oil.
Stay there.
Usually looks like he's just stepped out of the OPEC barrel.
The matte finish for Pavlich tonight.
Yeah, what's that about? We're just running down the clock, I think, Freo. We're trying to. Hill looking to crumb the ball from Clark's hands. Across it comes to Ibbotson. Ibbotson under pressure. Sends it towards full forward. We're down to 28 seconds. Still a live footy. In trouble and slung down was Geary. The ball rolls towards the boundary. Maybe a free kick to McAvoy for a high tackle. It is. So the danger may have passed. Clock continues to run. It'll stop now with that whistle. So 14 seconds remaining, and you would think one kick to a teammate here or one close to the boundary would just about do it. St Kilda clinging to a 3-point lead. Montagna.
Quite possibly one man down. They've already made their sub. Polo might not be available again. They're going to really have to see this game out.
Yep. Three-quarter time Friday night football. St Kilda by 3, 10-13, 10-10. Suggest you come back shortly if you're going anywhere to make a cuppa, because this has got the makings. See what the Rock is cooking.